Okay, so a bit of hush please, thank you. Alright, so guys, we'll talk about 8F today, slope fields. It's not a big exercise, it's not a challenging exercise, but it should be a good opportunity to catch up on some of the textbook work that we've got a few gaps with. So we're continuing with differential equations. Here we have a differential equation. And what we've done in this table, we've filled this table in, and for every set of coordinates, this is what it is, we've got x coordinates and y coordinates, we've got the slope for those x and y coordinates. So for example, in the first cell here, we've got the slope is the x coordinate, take the y coordinate. So if I do the x coordinate minus 2, take away the y coordinate minus 2, I get 0. Okay, and so we've just generated, we've filled that table in using that strategy. Okay, the x coordinate, take the y coordinate, I get 1. That's how we've filled that in. What we're going to do now is sketch those slopes on this diagram. Okay, so we'll start with some very easy ones for us to do. We'll start with a slope of 0. Now a slope of 0, I've highlighted all slopes except 0 at the bottom of the page there, but a slope of 0 means it's a horizontal line. So we have a slope of 0 when x is minus 2 and y is minus 2. So we're going to denote that like this. We're going to draw a horizontal line at that point. We have a slope of 0 when x is minus 1, y is minus 1. So all we're going to do is start filling in those slopes. Alright, so we've got slopes of 0 in there. Next, let's do the slopes of 1. So a slope of positive 1 is an angle of 45 degrees. And we have a slope of positive 1 when x is minus 1, y is minus 2. Now hang on, minus 2 is here, sorry. 0. Let's fix those. Slope of positive 1 when x is minus 1, y is minus 2, that's here. When x is minus 1, y is, we'll just do all of the 1s. Let's do all of the 1s. We've got when x is 0, y is minus 1. We've got when x is 1, y is 0. And so we're just going up there. We're going to notice those kind of patterns. Okay, we have, let's do a slope of positive 2. So a slope of positive 2 is going to be a bit steeper, and that's why I've given you this diagram at the bottom of the page to help you fill it in. I'll stop talking in a sec while you fill it in. But we've got slope, that's minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So we're just trying to draw out where's it steep and where's it not. All right, we'll fill that in while we do that. So then we have a slope of 2, x is 0, so it's a bit steeper. And then we have a slope of 3, and then we have a slope of 4. Then we've got, we'll go back the other way, slope of minus 1, x is minus 2, and x is minus 2. Okay, so that's a slope field. Now, we're never required to sketch a slope field. Rather, we're presented with slope fields and we have to draw on them, okay? But the reason we do this first part here is just to show you how they're generated. And we've sketched it with a discrete difference between each slope with a distance of 1 unit. The slope fields that we examine will be much closer together. Now what this is this is a visual solution on the Cartesian plane to a differential equation. It's the visual solution to this differential equation. So let's show you exactly what I mean by that with the x squared one here. So if we're looking alongside at the whiteboard up here, the slope field for dy and dx equals 2x is shown here. So notice how we have lots of lines and they're all sort of following that curved shape. So this illustrates the solutions to the differential equation dy and dx equals 2x. Now let's just talk about that differential equation. dy dx is 2x. Now if we integrate both sides with respect to x, we'll have y is x squared plus c. So the general solution to the differential equation 2x is x squared plus c. And look at all of the solutions. We've got 3 solutions drawn up there. The first one in green, then blue and purple. Each of those is a particular solution passing through a particular point. Okay, so the slope field shows the general solution, and then each curve that's drawn is what we call a particular solution. So again, think about like the inductive cases, one specific case versus the general solution. So that's what a slope field is, okay? It's the general solution. So we're presented with a number of slope fields here, and we're going to draw solutions through them. So the first one says, consider the following slope fields. Draw the solution through x is minus 1, y is minus 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a point at x is minus 1, y is minus 1. That's here. And at that point, I'm going to make it fatter. At that point, the slope is horizontal. Okay, so it's here. The slope is horizontal. And all we do is we follow the curve. We follow the tangents, and we don't cross the slope field. We should just follow it as we're going along. So if we just, that's annoying. How do I just draw freehand? There we go. Okay, so it's just got this kind of solution. All right, that's the solution for our first one there. If we go to our second one, minus 1, 1, that starts here, and we're just following it. We're following the lines. We're not crossing the lines. We're just following them. And then it's going down this way like that. Okay, that's our solution through minus 1, minus 1. On to the next one. Minus 1 is here. Draw. And so just following the curves. Okay, and we can see on this one we have an asymptote at y equals positive 1. And in our last one, here's the curve, and we're just following it. A very clear asymptote about the line y equals x take 1. Okay, asymptote there. And then in this direction it's going like this. Whoops. What's that last part? Whoops. So let me draw that back on. Okay, so if you turn over to your page in your notes book there, I've printed most of the exercise off for you, so you don't need to draw in your textbook. We can use this to help us answer the slope fields alongside. It will still include some of the previous skills that we've covered, such as finding general solutions and so forth. But pretty straightforward exercise. Let's get in, see how we go, and a bit of an opportunity for a catch-up lesson today.